how to write a funding proposal. We know the importance of writing funding proposals. No grant comes through without a proposal. To get a grant, you must write a good proposal. To write such a proposal, you must read the call very well. So, the writing funding proposal is like a playing a game. You have to play by the rules. Like first get the guidelines, read the guidelines, follow the guidelines because it's their money. So you have to follow their rules. Use the key terms in your proposal that the funder used to describe what they want to fund. So always select simplest idea. Dream for the most important research idea you would like to do. You know that an idea is something that only exists in your mind. So think of the simplest research idea you could easily implement. Your task is to present the idea in a fundable proposal. So always select the simplest idea. The simplest concepts are the most powerful. So take a simple idea and identify a specific problem or need associated with it. Science is not everything. So there is high investment in research. Like in India, every year 5,000 crores is allotted for this research. You can find the money you needed. Remember that science is not everything. So grant writing, funding proposal writing is both science and an art. Depends on that funding agencies, the structure of the proposal is varies, but almost all proposals, all funding agencies required and follows some mandatory things. So that common things are discussed here. Structure of funding proposal. The common things are, the first one is the title. Second one is problem or needs statement. Third one is objectives. Fourth one is methodology. Of fifth one is quality of key personnel and institution. Sixth one is reference cited. Seventh one is budget allocation. And eighth one, appendices. So like add your CVs of applicants like PA and co-PAs, otherwise any team members, depends on that calls. And what are the forms required, like endorsement letter, certificate from PI, or any other registration certificate from institutions, or any audit statements from your institutions. So that forms certification and assurance. These are the common parameters in all funding proposals. First one is title. The title is very important. It should reflect the focus of your project. So the most important word should come first. So that means whatever the words, important words in your proposal title, so take care that that word should come first. During writing this title or assigning this title, you follow few parameters. You avoid few things like avoid words that add nothing to readers' understandings, such as studies on so and so, investigations on so and so, or research on some problems in so and so areas. You avoid such type of titles. So these are the note points while writing your title: problem or need statement. In this session, present a convincing case why you should be funded and state how urgent this project is needed. Show how project will address the problem with the help of state the problem, state the known things, describes the gap, why fill this gap. All you should explain clearly. And what related research or project has been done before and why is mine different or needed. These are the few things you remember while writing your problem statement or need statement. You remember these 2 points also. Specify problem in first sentence. Clarify the problem by defining both the behavior model and normal model. Remember that a grant is not an idea. It is a plan that should convince yourself, your team, your institution, and then the funder. And objectives. While writing your objectives, you remember few parameters that are: state your objectives in quantifiable terms. You know that quantifiable is nothing but something that should be measurable. Next, state your objectives as outcomes, not processes. So whatever the objective you are going to write or submit in this proposal, that objectives as outcomes, not processes. Remember that objectives should specify the result of an activity. Objectives should identify the target audience or community that you plan to serve. And finally, remember that objectives need to be realistic and something you can accomplish within the grant period. So these are the few things you remember while writing your objectives for the funding proposals. Methodology, it's very, very important, which plays major role in your funding proposals. Most of the points are allotted for this session. Almost all 40% proposals are turned down because of this methodology section. It's the most detailed and lengthy section of activities. The methodology should be task oriented, it should be specific and detailed. Demonstrate all the necessary to complete the project, including time management also, which plays major roles in your funding proposal. Key personnel and institution. Demonstrate that you are the right person to do this project. Convince the funding agency that you are capable of accomplishing what you say. Highlight the experience and expertise of all key personnel. Indicate pub, indicate responsibilities of PI, co-PI, and level of effort clearly. And institution, you can represent, you can mention the institution strength, like experience in managing similar project. Highlight institutions' capabilities, relation of the project to mission, capacity to manage the project. All your strength and your team strength, your institution strength can be represented clearly. And references cited. If a list of reference is to be included, it is placed at the end of the text proper and before the sections on personal and budget. Remember that the style of the bibliographical item itself depends on the disciplinary field. Be consistent. Whatever style is chosen should be followed throughout. And budget allocation. Budgets are developed according to sponsors and funding agencies' guidelines. Depending on complexity, the budget section may require not only a tabular budget with line items, but also require a budget summary and explanation, like budget specification, budget justification, or budget notes. The typical divisions of budgets are manpower, a required JRF, SRF, RA, and what is the remuneration as per recent guidelines. When you required at first year or second year or third year, when you required JRF, when you required SRF, when you required RA, you clearly justify. And consumers, travel, you require travel grant, travel, national or international. Some calls supported only national, few calls supported international also. Equipment, you find out the equipment and their cost. If possible, you get some quotations from there and add that quotations also here. And contingencies, overhead charges. Budget should be realistic. So these are the few simple ideas that should be successful. intelligent remote health monitoring of bridge systems. Railway bridges are there, some other bridges are available. You monitoring the health condition of that bridges. That is also one successful innovative project. And one more, an intelligent system for automatic supply of fertilizer for greenhouse environment. These are the simple concepts but powerful ideas. You identify their need, you specify, you convince the team. Thank you.